Yes. What's going on? I debate noobs. Do you support Trump?
I do support Trump. How are you doing?
Okay, could you disconnect any Bluetooth device you have connected to your phone?
Yes, sorry about that.
While they're doing that, everybody, make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 1.5 million likes.
Hi, can you hear me now, Dean?
Yeah, much better, man. Could you turn down like any other device that you have my stream going on? I thought I heard an echo.
Is it good now?
It is good now. How old are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm 22.
Okay. If you only debate noobs, why are you debating me?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think you're a smart dude, but I don't know why you follow the party that has consistently lied in the past. You look at like the whole thing with Hillary, even the news, dude. All the news you read is bullshit.
Okay.
Like you support a party where they advocate for illegals. There's no national security. What are your thoughts on the current security that we have now? Let's talk about that.
Okay.
National security.
Well, I want to know why you support Trump.
Because I think he's got his shit straight, dude. Like he doesn't mess around.
So okay, if he doesn't mess around, then he wasn't messing around when he said Biden was executed in 2020 and replaced with a robotic clone, which literally means he's a delusional, insane old man.
Okay. Yeah. So
Why do you support a delusional, insane old man that literally believes that the ex-president was executed in 2020 and replaced with a robotic clone?
You're thinking too emotional right now. That's the thing. He's not.
That's
serious,
logical.
bro.
Oh wait,
It's not
he
logical.
wasn't being serious, so he was messing around.
Yes.
I thought you just said that he doesn't mess around.
Okay. He doesn't mess around in terms of what he's getting shit done. What did Biden get done, bro?
Yeah, more
He
than
didn't get
Trump.
shit done. Okay.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. I'll name something that Biden and Harris got done, and I'll be incredibly specific. And then you'll name something that Trump got done, and we'll see who runs out first. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first. Chips and Science Act. Your turn.
So Trump has got rid of 3 of the top 10 fugitives that were on the most wanted lists
Okay, how did he do that?
by reforming the FBI. He put fucking Kash Patel in. Kash Patel did more than Christopher Wray ever did. That corrupt administration. You know it too.
Okay, so your claim is that he appointed Kash Patel?
I don't think he directly appointed Kash Patel.
What? Yeah, he did.
I mean, okay, maybe he did, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's reforming.
So
he's
then
reforming the
your
government.
counterclaim was his appointment as of the leader of the FBI. Okay, wouldn't I just be able to name Biden's appointment of the FBI? Maybe we should
Yeah.
talk about like what they got done insofar as a policy that they've passed compared to who they've appointed into their cabinet. Because the Trump administration has appointed an identical amount of individuals to their cabinet as the Biden-Harris administration did. So let's stick to policy. I was able to name you a policy that the Biden-Harris administration was able to get influence to get passed that got shit done in this country. What about you?
You always go back to the policy, Dean, but
Right, I do.
let's talk about seriously under the 4 years of Biden. Like, let's be so serious. What did he do to protect our national security?
Okay,
What did
so
he
you're
do?
changing the question because you can't answer it. So remember
the
when I
biggest
asked you?
problem, Ian.
Remember when
That's
I
the
asked you if
biggest
you wanted to
problem.
play a game to see who got more done? You said yes. I started by naming one thing.
It doesn't
one policy
matter.
that the Biden-
It doesn't matter
Oh,
if
okay.
there's
Well,
no security.
then if getting shit done doesn't matter, how come you said that you support Trump because Biden and Harris never got anything done if it doesn't matter?
Say that again?
Yeah, if getting shit done doesn't matter, well then how come your seemingly insane take that the Biden-Harris administration didn't get anything done, how come that matters?
What do you mean? Why does it matter?
I mean what I said. You just said that getting shit done doesn't matter. Policy doesn't matter. Doing good stuff for America doesn't
No,
matter. So
it's
then why
because
would
you-
like the lack of
it's
the
because
apparent
you
shit that
always-
they got
it's
done, why
because-
would that matter?
Well, dude, you're a great manipulator. All you do is go back to the points that you know best, but you cannot, for the love of fucking God, answer anything about security of this damn country, which is the most important thing. Look at all the Chinese.
Well, then just say that you think that Donald Trump is better for the security of the country.
Look at the
Literally, just
CCP.
say that you think that Donald Trump is better for the security of the country. If you want to talk about the security of the country, all you have to say is that you support Trump because of the security of the country, and then we'll debate it. But that's not what you said. You said that you support Donald Trump because Biden and Harris didn't get shit done. You said that you support Donald Trump because he doesn't mess around. So obviously, I'm going to grill and fucking flame you as it relates to how Donald Trump is not a serious man and how the Biden-Harris administration administration did get shit done because you very specifically said that those were the reasons why you supported Trump. Do not say that I don't want to talk about the security of the country when I'm simply refuting and responding to the points that you made that were false. If you want to talk about national security, all you have to say is that that's one of the reasons why you support Trump.
That's the main. Yeah, that's exactly why I support Trump. And look at all the people he's fucking deported, dude. All these people with these sexual crimes, these acts on minors. And Biden happily
under what? Under what bill? The Lake and Riley Act?
Dude, I don't give a fuck about the act. The point is,
he doesn't even know. So we should, if there's an immigrant in America that I don't know held civilly liable for rape, we need to get him out, right?
Yeah, let's get Trump out of here. I agree with you.
Right. You knew exactly where that claim was going to lead. You knew. So if an immigrant that is a rapist roaming the streets of America is a threat to national security. Okay, and by the way, I'd agree that any rapist on an American street roaming free is a threat to national security. Well, that definitely means that a rapist running the country from the Oval Office is a threat to national security too. Yeah, you put them there and claim that he was good for national security. Isn't that quite hypocritical, sir?
So he's the only one doing shit about Iran. Kamala wouldn't be doing shit if she was in office.
Her name is pronounced Kamala. Nice pivot. It's funny because now you don't want to talk about your argument related to national security that you made, even though you just accused me not even 2 minutes ago of me being the one that's running away. But then the moment I ask you for your very direct and specific argument relating to why he's good for national security, you then automatically pivot to Iran when I refute it. So let's go one point at a time. We could talk about Iran next, but right now we're not done talking about national security. You said that he's good for national security by getting rapists out, yet he himself is a rapist that you've put in the Oval Office to run the country. That's hypocritical. Respond to the hypocrisy.
Okay, so where do you want to go from here, Dean? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want you to respond to the hypocrisy
of
the fact that you said that Donald Trump is good for national security because he's getting rapists off the streets of America, yet he himself is a rapist running America from the Oval Office. That's hypocritical. Respond to that hypocrisy.
Yeah, so I think if the people he so-called raped, I think if that was even somewhat true, they wouldn't come out and say it during election time.
Okay, why?
And you can, dude, look at all the people that have lied on Trump's name.
Wait. Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
Because it's election time.
Okay.
He came out years later, dude.
Why does that mean that it's false?
I'm not saying it's false, but it means it's more likely to not be true.
Okay, why?
There's a greater chance of it not being true.
Okay, why is that?
Because she didn't report it at the time, and she did it at the time when he was running for president to defame his name. Okay. Does that not make sense?
So why is not reporting it when it occurs makes the claim false? Why is that the case?
It doesn't. It's not even that. It's the fact that she reported it while he was running for president.
Okay. And why is reporting it while he was running for president make it false?
I'm not saying it makes it false, but I'm saying it's used to defame his name.
Okay. So why is the fact? Well, if you're calling it defamation, then you're saying the allegation is false.
I am saying there's a good chance it is false. Yes.
And why does her bringing that up in 2019 make that true?
Make the fact that it's
defamation.
Because it was around election time. It's just
okay. So I just want to clarify that your argument that because she brought it up in 2019, therefore it's false. The reason why that argument is true was because it was in 2019. So you have a circular argument.
So my question is, why do you always circle back to the fact that he's a rapist, he's a misogynist, he's a transphobe, he's this, that?
Yeah, well, for sure, because it is directly related to your claim that he's good for national security due to the fact that he's getting rapists off the streets of America, and it's quite useful in demonstrating your hypocrisy.
So you think the Biden administration opening the borders like a motherfucker, that's a lot more effective, right? Let's just open it up.
You're pivoting, but I'll allow the pivot.
Give all the people in California Medicaid. Let's give them benefits, this and that, because that's going to help, right?
So how do they
save our economy. It's going to fucking save our economy, Dean.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm first going to ask you how the Biden-Harris administration opened the borders.
They didn't. They did.
You cut out. Repeat that.
I said they didn't do anything.
Okay, well, if they didn't do anything, then they didn't open the borders, because opening the borders is doing something.
They lighten the security on the borders.
Okay, what security did they lighten?
They just they didn't attack it like Trump's administration.
They didn't attack it like Trump's administration is. Well, that's different than the claim that they lighten the security. So how do they lighten the security?
Dude, everyone knows they did. Like, it's not a fact. More people entered the country.
If everybody knows this,
number.
then you'll be able to tell me why. So your argument is that they passed pro-open border policy because there's more immigration in?
No, I never said there's any policies. I'm saying more people crossed under his administration than under Trump's.
Okay, so therefore the Biden-Harris administration opened the borders. Is that your argument? I just want to be clear.
No, that's not I'm not saying anything about that.
So then what is your argument for the claim that you made that they opened the borders? Because you did make that claim.
I am saying metaphorically, the borders were open compared to Trump's administration.
Okay, so they didn't. I just want to be clear. You don't think the Biden-Harris administration opened the borders?
No.
Okay. So then what's the issue?
More people came through under Biden's administration than under Trump's administration.
Okay, and how did the Biden-Harris administration cause this?
Say that again?
And how did the Biden-Harris administration cause this?
Because they didn't attack the problem like Trump's administration is.
Oh, okay. So I just want to be clear. You're saying that they didn't attack it hard enough, and that's what caused the mass immigration into America.
Yes.
So do you think that Donald Trump's policy in his first term attacked it hard enough?
I think he did a better job than
You're not
Harris.
answering my question. Did it attack it hard enough?
Biden. I don't have the exact number of how many people crossed over.
Okay, so you're agnostic on if Donald Trump attacked it hard enough in his first administration?
His attempt in forming a wall was a lot more than anyone under Biden's administration ever.
Okay, the attempt at making a wall. Okay, well, Biden and Harris attempted to build more wall than Trump ever did through the bipartisan border bill that included more funding to build more wall than every mile built under Trump's first term. So even in accordance with your own standard here, it is the case that the Biden-Harris administration was harder on immigration than Trump.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
No, you're out of your mind because that was the standard that you set that I showed you that the Biden-Harris administration fulfilled to a higher extent than Trump in his first term. It's fucking hilarious to me when I have guests call their own line of logic out of my mind.
Hold on. How many people came through the border last month through the southern border?
No, you're going to answer my question. I'm not going to answer yours. I've been letting you pivot. I've been letting you deflect. I've been letting you change the conversation. Every single time you've opened your mouth, you've changed it to something new. You've only been on this live for around 10 to 15 minutes. Here's a quick recap of every single thing that you've brought up. You've brought up that they didn't get much done during their first administration related to Biden and Harris. You brought up that you think that Donald Trump is better for national security because he's getting rapists off of American streets. You brought up the fact that you like how he's attacking Iran. You brought up the fact that under the Biden-Harris administration, they had an open border. You brought up the fact that they lack security. You brought up the fact that they didn't attack it hard enough. You brought up the fact that it is not true that they try to build more of the border wall. You brought up about a billion things in the last 10 to 15 minutes. And every single time you brought up something new, I've let you pivot. I've let you deflect. I've been letting you control the conversation. I've given you the reins and I've letting you talk about whatever the fuck you want. Okay. But every single time I come up with a new counterpoint, you just come up with an entirely new point. So without the billion points in less than 5 minutes, let's choose one point that you want very clear intellectual discovery upon. So what is one thing that you want to talk about related to why you support Trump? And keep in mind, I'm going to force you to talk about this one thing for more than 5 minutes. So you better choose one thing that you think you could defend.
So I don't think you've answered I've given you multiple points, but you keep pivoting to the fact that
I keep pivoting. What?
Trump's a rapist, right?
Whoa! For the last For the last 5 minutes, since I brought up the fact that he's a rapist in response to you saying that he was better for national security because he was getting rapists out of America, 5 minutes ago, you pivoted away from that to talking about how the border was managed under the Biden-Harris administration. The moment you pivoted to how the border was managed under the Biden-Harris administration, I let you pivot, I gave you the reins, and I did not mention the fact that he was a rapist again, and I engaged with your pivot. I engage with the pivot. So stop talking out of your ass. I'm going to re-ask you the question. I'm going to force you to talk about one thing for more than 5 minutes so we could discover truth and have a nuanced conversation about why you support Trump. What is one reason why you support Trump that you think you could handle a conversation without any deflections or any pivots for more than 5 minutes over?
So I gotta go, Dean, but I'm gonna leave it to you.
That's right, buddy. You better hit the road packing because now I've made it impossible for you to wiggle and worm your way out of just trying to overwhelm me with a billion talking points in less than 5 minutes. Well, A, the strategy didn't work because I could handle it. And B, thank you so much for allowing me to prove to over 10,000 people watching us live concurrently on TikTok and YouTube combined that MAGA is a fallacious, anti-intellectual, void of nuance, fucking monolith of embarrassing, stupid grown men and women. And it's just absolutely incredible.
Okay, Dean, I challenge you to critically think. I know that may be a new skill to you. You're an emotional thinker. All the people watching this are pretty emotional too. So is the rest of your party. So I'm going to leave it to you on that. Do some critical thinking, do some research, and stop thinking with the wrong part of your brain. All right, Dean, have a great day.
One last question for you, because I want to learn how to critically think. What are the 3 classical laws of logic that I could use to critically think? You as a critical thinker that does not engage in emotional-based thinking should know the answer to said question.
You have a great day, Dean.
Buddy, I think you told me that I need to critically think. Help me out here. What are the 3 classical laws of logic? You left. Yo, fucking cope. We got a coper on the live, everybody. Let's get some cope spammed in that chat for whatever the fuck that was.